What is up, my spooky dudes? My name is Alicia. Welcome to Spooky RX. This is my first video going up on this channel. A little bit of background information. I am a fourth year pharmacy student and I am currently in the process of studying for my NAPLEX while I am going through my APPE rotations. For those of you who don't know, APPEs are your advanced pharmacy practice education sessions that you do in your last year of pharmacy school, where you're no longer sitting in the classroom doing didactic study, but you are now out in the real world practicing, and they expect us to know things by now. I'll be honest, don't feel ready for it, but here we are. Okay, so we are going to be starting with measurements and conversions. So these are a lot of measurements and conversions that I have memorized myself for the NAPLEX. The NAPLEX is not going to give you any conversions. You have to memorize these. These have to be committed to memory. Also, formulas, they will not give you most formulas. Unless it's a super long and complicated formula, you do have to memorize it. They expect you to have these memorized. Plus, memorizing these will help you to complete the math section quicker, because you do have to do these math problems pretty quickly. I think it's about 1.5 minutes per question. So we're going to go ahead and start with some of these measurements and conversions. So 1 fluid ounce is equal to 30 milliliters. So these are going to be our volumetric measurements. A pint is going to be equal to 473 milliliters. Now you can memorize that as 470 milliliters. I memorized it as 473, but the great thing about the NAPLEX is they will tell you how to round your answer. They'll ask for tenths, hundredths, or whole number. So it'll account for these two numbers. So you can memorize either one, whatever is easier for you. And then it's going to be 16 fluid ounces here. So our next one is going to be 1 teaspoon is equal to 5 milliliters. 1 tablespoon is equal to 15 milliliters, which is also equal to ½ ounce. So if you see here, we have 5 milliliters and 15 milliliters, right? So 5 times 3 equals 15, right? This 3 here means that 3 teaspoons is equal to 1 tablespoon. So if you have to convert from teaspoons to tablespoons, that'll be your conversion factor there. The next one we'll look at is 1 deciliter is equal to 100 milliliters. Now, milliliters, you're going to have to know all of these, deciliter, milliliter. You may also need to know that, 1 milliliter is equal to 1,000 microliters, or 1 microliter is equal to 1,000 nanoliters. And most of us will have this memorized, but 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. So these are just some conversions important to know, because you might have to convert between micro and nano. And this also goes for not just volumetric, but these are the same conversion factors for our grams. So our weighted stuff. So we have like 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. 1 gram is equal to 1,000 milligrams. 1 milligram is equal to 1,000 micrograms, and 1 microgram is equal to 1,000 nanograms. So Another way that you'll see this one written here is in micrograms. Actually, a lot of times you'll see it in micrograms here like this. Some fast, I guess, nurse jargon you might hear is mics and migs. So you'll say, oh, I need 1 mig, it's 1 milligram. I need 1 mic, that's 1 microgram. So these are really commonly used in pharmacy. So it's important to know these conversions, commit them to memory. Some more weight-based conversions. So 1 kilogram, again, we're looking at that, is equal to 2.2 pounds. Super important to know this one. So this is going to be your conversion factor for weight, because a lot of our meds are weight-based. And a lot of times they'll either give you the pounds or the kilograms. And a lot of our formulas require that the weight be in kilograms. So most of the questions might be put in pounds, and they'll require you to just automatically convert to kilograms. So memorize this. It's a pretty easy conversion. Have that committed to memory. Another one is an ounce. So this is a weighted ounce, not a fluid ounce. A weighted ounce is equal to 28.35 grams. So this is not the easiest conversion, but this one, commit it to memory, because again, they might give you, oh, you have a 16-ounce tube of ointment, and you're going to have to convert it to grams, because the answer needs to be in grams or vice versa. So make sure you have that one committed to memory as well. One GR. So I'm writing GR here. So this is not one that's used super common anymore, but this means grain. Some problems might be in grains. It's really being phased out, but it is something we can still come across, is something in grains. So know the conversion for that. So 1 grain is equal to 65 milligrams. Okay, so that way you can get it into grams or whatever it may be that you need for that problem. And then another one that's not super straightforward is inches to centimeters, which is 2.54 centimeters. So this one is very important for height, right? Because some of our problems require us to know our patient's height in order to calculate the required dose or the proper dose for them, right? Very important here. I think in, we know 12 inches equals 1 foot, right? So I'm in California in the United States. We use a lot of this inches and feet in our measurements, but all over the world, they're smart and they use metric system, so centimeters. A lot of our formulas will require the height to be in inches or centimeters. Is actually, there's different, it just depends on the formula that you're using. So know the conversion between the two of them, because a problem on the NAPLEX, they could give you either one. So that was our first video on measurements and conversions. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at spooky.rx.yt. Again, I am sorry about my baby boy. He's 1 year old. He's crying and playing in the background, but what you gonna do, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye!